Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com, as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A videos affiliate, RingsideNews.com. We are coming off Monday Night Raw from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. One of the big angles on the show, not Kurt Angle, despite rumors that he might show up in his hometown. That did not happen, but one of the big storylines was the return of Roman Reigns to confront Triple H with their WrestleMania main event less than 3 weeks away now. Got your questions regarding that and other topics. Let's get started with the first one today, which comes from Mitch. Hey, did you like Roman Reigns' return to Raw? I thought it was awesome. Please answer in video. There were parts of it I liked and parts I did not like. Did I feel the segment was successful in getting Roman Reigns over as a babyface? Sort of. I did like the backstage part of the segment when Roman Reigns hit Triple H with a plasma TV, and at one point Roman Reigns nailed Triple H with something. It might have been a trash can, and Triple H got busted open, so you had blood in the segment. That made the segment more entertaining, and I felt that it did make Roman Reigns come off like a badass, him just destroying Triple H and beating the crap out of him. Now, with that being said, there were some issues with the segment. One issue I had was the usual camera work with the cameraman zooming in and out every time Roman Reigns did a move to Triple H. That was annoying. And the fact that Triple H had already wrestled a lengthy match and then Roman Reigns comes out after Dolph Ziggler is already beat. I figured what they might do is have Dolph Ziggler get beat up by Triple H and then have Roman Reigns come out and make the save for Dolph Ziggler, but they did not do it that way. Why, I'm not sure. And I got another question here from Beast Slayer. Wasn't it heelish for Reigns to attack Triple H after his match? Yes, to me that was the main issue with this segment. The fact that Triple H not only beat Dolph Ziggler clean, but also he beat Dean Ambrose clean at the Roadblock event. So Triple H has 2 clean wins under his belt, and here, after defeating Dolph Ziggler, 15-minute match or however long it was, you have Roman Reigns coming out and beating up a tired Triple H. Why not confront Triple H during the earlier segment when Triple H was fresh? Definitely does not help get Roman Reigns over as a babyface, in my opinion. So I think it had mixed results, but for the live crowd, it did not work. The fans were booing for Roman Reigns for just about the entire segment. I think maybe when they got backstage, the fans started cheering because of the blood in the plasma TV shot. But for the most part, with the exception of a couple women in the crowd, it was a very loud negative reaction to Roman Reigns, as expected in Pittsburgh. I mean, Pittsburgh was the site of the Royal Rumble where Reigns got booed out of the building, so no surprise that the same thing would happen here. And I got this question here from Nicholas. Please answer in video. Reigns got no reaction from the crowd in Pittsburgh tonight, even though he was making his return. Should WWE be worried? I doubt that they're that worried because he still got a reaction. I mean, even if he got boos, he still got the crowd to make noise when he came out. And WWE's attitude is, as long as they're making noise, that's what's important. Who cares if they're booing the guy? They're emotionally invested in him, and that's what matters. It's better than making no noise at all. I did hear some reports from people that there were fans in the arena that were leaving their seats during this segment. So if that becomes a trend, I could see WWE getting worried. If people actually leave their seats and you can visibly see empty seats in the arena, that could be a cause for concern. But the only way WWE is going to be worried is if their bottom line gets hurt. And let's face it, WrestleMania is on its way to being a record breaker. It actually already is. It's been reported that WrestleMania is already set to break the all-time attendance record for WWE, and I'm sure that's also going to mean that the all-time gate record is also broken for WrestleMania. WWE is going to make a ton of money for WrestleMania, regardless of how the fans react to Roman Reigns. So I really doubt that they're that worried, and I think they're going to go with their plan. Whether fans like it or not, Roman Reigns is going to be the guy, and he's going to be the new face of the company. they're going to do whatever they feel like doing. Alright, this one comes from Samish. Oh, and real quick, I want to go back to Roman Reigns and Triple H. I have added a new stipulation for the beard shaving at WrestleMania. If Triple H retains the WWE title at WrestleMania, I will shave off the beard. So add that to the list of stipulations. Now, let's get back to the questions here. This one comes from Samish. Hey Aaron, what was the reason behind HBK's betrayal to the corporation in 1998? I didn't get that part of the storyline. Please answer in video. Long live Beard. From what I recall, the plan was for Shawn Michaels, when he was healthy enough to come back, to have a feud with Triple H coming off of WrestleMania 14 and that whole promo where Triple H said that Shawn Michaels dropped the ball, and that would lead to Shawn Michaels coming back and feuding with Triple H. And I believe they were shooting for WrestleMania 15 to do that match, but what happened was Shawn got some bad news about his back from the Royal Rumble 98, and he was going to need surgery. And at that point, they shot the angle where Shawn Michaels turned babyface, and then he got beat up, and that was how he was written off television to have surgery. And that was the end of the whole Triple H, Shawn Michaels planned feud heading into WrestleMania 15. Alright, this one comes from the Daniel Allen. The mayor of London says he wants to bring WrestleMania to London. Do you think it could happen? Please answer in video. I will go ahead and say never. It's always a possibility. If the money was good enough for WWE to do it, anything's possible. But with that being said, I still think it's a long shot. And I think before that is even a possibility, I think WWE will experiment. I think they'll try doing a semi-major pay-per-view in the UK and seeing how that gets over with the fans and the United States audience, how that works. I could see them possibly doing a B pay-per-view, like a Battleground, for instance. I could see them maybe doing that in the UK and seeing what kind of reaction it gets and how well it goes over with the United States fans. I suppose they could try doing a SummerSlam even, or a Survivor Series, but I think that they will do something like that before they go all out and do a WrestleMania in the UK. It's just too much of a risk, I think, for WWE when the majority of their viewing audience is in the United States. Alright, this one comes from Marco Ruse. What do you see Del Rio doing after the League of Nations break up? Maybe back in the WWE title picture? Please answer in video. I doubt it. I really feel that Del Rio's run in WWE, his second run, has been extremely disappointing. And I feel like the League of Nations is one of the worst factions in WWE in a very long time. I feel that they have no real momentum at all. They are feuding with the New Day, but I really do not care about this faction. And even putting them together, they're still not that over as a group. I feel that when they come out, they get the negative kind of heat where people just want to change the channel. I think that when Del Rio goes off on his own again, I think he'll just be a guy on the roster. I don't see him becoming a major star again like he was in 2011 and 2012. I think they've really dropped the ball with him. I think that all four of the League of Nations members are really screwed in WWE. I think that their characters have been devalued so badly that once they break up, I mean, really the League of Nations is all they have left, and when they break up, those four guys are just going to be floundering on the roster as random guys. I mean, that's how I see it, at least. I mean, I would be shocked if Del Rio got any kind of a significant run after the League of Nations is over. Alright, this one comes from Oscar. What is your opinion on Kevin Dunn's shaky cam when there's a beatdown? This past week, I almost threw up when Shane beat up security. I'm not a fan of it, but it goes way back. I mean, they've been doing this for years, and I seem to remember ECW being the first organization to really make that a trendy thing with the zooming in and out every time somebody throws a punch or does a move. They do that zooming effect to try to make it more dramatic. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it in movies, and I don't like it in WWE. I mean, it just gives me a headache every time I watch it. So I agree with you that it's a mistake, and WWE needs to just stop doing it. I'm not a fan of it. Alright, this one comes from Tristan Quick. People are saying the card for WrestleMania 32 is weak, but looking at confirmed and possible matches, I'm getting excited. What are your thoughts? I do feel that they're starting to build a little bit of momentum for WrestleMania now, and that's the thing about WWE. They're so good when it comes to hyping up events. When the hype machine gets in full force, WWE can make just about any card appealing. And when it's WrestleMania, they go all out with the video packages and the promos and all the time spent on building the matches. You know, there's 6-week periods, 7-week periods between the February pay-per-view and WrestleMania. They got lots of time to build up the card. And I think that with the hype machine, it really doesn't matter all that much what the card is. Now, granted, the card is definitely one of the weaker cards in recent memory, but with the promos and the video packages, at the end of the day, it's WrestleMania, and I think people will be excited for the most part. Maybe not as much as they should for a show that's going to break all-time records and be the biggest WrestleMania of all time. It certainly doesn't feel like the biggest WrestleMania of all time in terms of the card and the build-up, at least at this point. But they still have a few weeks left, so we'll see what happens. Alright, this one comes from Yusuf. What was your favorite WCW commentary team? I would probably go with the 3-man team of Tony Schiavone, Bobby Heenan, and Mike Tenay. You had Tony Schiavone as the play-by-play guy. You had Bobby Heenan doing the color and the comedy. And then you had Mike Tenay to provide facts about the wrestlers and talk about background information. You know, he was the encyclopedia, he was the professor. So I did like that dynamic with Tenay being there to add to the play-by-play and with Heenan there as the color guy. I just felt it was a good combination. Even though at times the announcers were clueless, but you know, a lot of that was due to WCW not filling in the announcers on what was going on with the storylines. So Schiavone and Heenan, they would be confused and not knowing what the hell is going on, and that hurt the shows a lot. But I would not blame the announcers on that. That was more of WCW and their mismanagement. Alright, this one comes from Shawn. Do you think the New Day gimmick has helped or hurt Kofi Kingston's career? Please answer in video. I feel it definitely helped him, because before the New Day really got going, Kofi Kingston was just floundering on the roster. He really had no purpose. And now he's one of the most over characters in the company with the New Day gimmick. So it has definitely given Kofi Kingston a renewed push in WWE and gave him a second run, basically. He had that first run when he was getting hot and feuded with Randy Orton. Then he cooled off for a couple years, and now he might be at the biggest point in his entire career. I mean, the New Day has really become one of the hottest acts in the company in several years. So definitely the New Day gimmick has helped him a lot. Alright, that'll wrap it up for this edition of NoDQ&A video. Stay tuned for more NoDQ&A video. NoDQ.com has got you covered with the latest WrestleMania news and rumors. And a quick plug, tomorrow, Tuesday, at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, I will be in the live chat room for the Scoops live recording on YouTube. You can subscribe at noamania.com. I will also be posting a link to the live stream 10 minutes before the show starts. I will be there in the chat room for the entire show, and you can ask me questions. We can chat about wrestling. You can mute Noah if you want. Just go in the chat room and you can talk to me, but you can give Noah a chance if you want, and who knows, maybe I'll call in. We'll see what happens, but just wanted to throw that plug out there. Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time for more NoDQ&A video.